Hi and welcome chart artists. We have broken out of the symmetrical triangle, currently finding some momentum to the upside. What are the key levels to watch from a rejection perspective? Are we going to make that lower high or continue to break the all-time yearly highs? Today I will take you through 3 scenarios. As always, please smash up the like, hit subscribe for future notifications. Let's get right into it. As always, if you'd like to trade with me, 3 of my favorite exchanges, go to my channel, click on any video. Let me just pause this here. And by the way, if you have not seen this incredible investment strategy for your long-term portfolio, please go check out this video. Go to the description, select more, and you will see Bybit, BingX, Mexi, 3 of my favorite exchanges, big bonuses. Go sign up and trade with me. Let's get into a little bit of market sentiment. That here you can see we are here. So comparing 2020 to 2024, you can see that we made a lower high and then found continuation here to the downside, where we retested the highs where we broke out as support, so a RS flip, then found continuation to the upside. We have not done that as yet. As you can see over here, we still need to come down and retest, potentially now make that lower high and come and retest these highs for RS flip and then continuation to the upside. Okay, so we will go through that scenarios in the update. Next up, we have broken out of the symmetrical triangle, and an easy way to perhaps measure this move is that when you translate this back into the chart of Bitcoin, you have your pole, you have your flag, and retail traders will go and do this and say, well, potentially that is the move that we are looking for, round about the $48,500 mark. Okay, for a possible rejection and then a continuation to the downside, for a possible retest of these highs for continuation to the upside. Okay, I will share with you the levels that I'm watching, but for now, definitely a possibility, but I will not get excited just as yet for this potential move here to the upside. Right. Lastly, just in, Fidelity Digital Assets says they bullish on the short to midterm and long term for Bitcoin. Right, so when they say short term, they mean a year from now. So in the short term, 12 months, 1 to 5 years still positive, and over 5 years still positive. So still a little bit of bullish momentum out there and bullish sentiment from the market. Let's get right into the price of Bitcoin and analyze the situation together. Okay, so looking at this structure over here, I have a red little box and I am going to discuss this Picasso drawing with everyone, hence chart artists. I've got a lot of drawings, it looks like a mess. Let's take each scenario step by step and show you the important levels that I'm watching for potential rejection to the downside. Okay, let's go. First scenario that I'm watching is to say that I'm looking for a potential rejection in this little red box that I have over here. And the reason I have a red box over here is to say that the first thing that I'm looking at is to say, when you take a trend-based fib from the top to the bottom, we have the 1.238, the 1.382, the 1.236, and the 1.618. So without going into detailed Elliott wave scenarios for a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and an ABC to the upside, I've just drawn some little boxes to say somewhere in this box I'm expecting perhaps a rejection. Okay, and we'll just have to observe price reaction as we take the highs on this move up, and also this 1.618 level that I'm keeping an eye on. Also in confluence with that 1.618 level is this fib. Okay, when you take a fib from the high to the low, you will see that this 1.618 area also aligns here with the 0.618 fib taken from the high to the low. So definitely an area of confluence right about where we are right now. So it's all about observing the price reaction as we hit these levels, the 1.618 and the 0.618, for a possible retracement here to the downside, coming to grab all the liquidity below these lows for then continuation to the upside, where I'm basically looking for a 3-wave structure, A, B, C to the upside, where we've already completed an A and this is a bigger B wave. So I'm not throwing this scenario out the window just as yet. Right, just take the brushes out the way. Also in confluence with this scenario and a little bit early to tell is to say that that could potentially also be a godly harmonic pattern. Right, where, just clean this up a bit, and it's very early to tell, so this could potentially not play out at all, is to say that, well, if B point is round about the 0.618 level, you want to see us reject here, come back to the C point, grabbing all the liquidity below these lows, then go back up for a D point, which has confluence here with a or the 0.786 for then continuation to the downside. Only time will tell. I usually like to draw harmonics when C point is in already. So I'm jumping a little bit ahead just to say that this is definitely a potential scenario, which is also a reversal pattern for continuation to the downside, where we then go down for that deeper correction where we flip the previous highs that I've highlighted during the news into support. Okay. Cool. So definitely a pattern that I'm keeping in mind is to say that, well, if we do reject inside of this red box over here, I'm expecting us to come and grab the liquidity below these lows, which also gives me that three-wave structure, which is common for a B wave. So if this is an A and you have a B to the upside, B waves are common three-wave structures for a possible lower high rejecting down to the downside. Okay, cool. So that's scenario number one. Now let's go and look at scenario number two. Scenario number two is that we find strength to move a little bit higher. The two areas that I'm watching here is that we have a value, or three areas that I'm watching here is that we have a value area low of this consolidation that we've made over here, where we could potentially reject SFP from this level for then continuation to the downside. So we find strength, we reject below that SFP for continuation to the downside. Further up, we have a point of control. Okay. Also a possible rejection area, and then that daily level which has confluence with the 0.786. Okay, so definitely an area of interest, quite a big area to keep in mind. So perhaps better for low capital, low leverage swing position to the downside with a clear invalidation above the high. Okay, then let's go through scenario number three. Let's clean up the charts a little bit here. Take this out. Scenario number three is the more bullish scenario, right? Where this is potentially a wave one. We've completed the second wave, and now we're looking for an impulsive third wave to the upside, a 4 and a 5 for then a deeper correction where we claim all the liquidity above these highs, making people extremely bullish, only then to tumble down and go and retest that yearly highs at $30,000. Right. Okay, and the way that I'm measuring this move is just take the scribble out the way, is when you take a trend-based flip from the low to the high, you drag it down, you reverse it. A common third wave target is here by the 1.618. Okay, so if this is indeed a 1, we've completed the second wave, we're now looking for an impulse to the upside. You can see that it can take us as high as the $50,000 mark, the level that all the bullish people are expecting, for then a shallow retracement, a completion of the fifth wave where you basically grab the liquidity for the early shorters and then you tumble down perhaps to that $30,000 level. So three scenarios that I'm watching. As always, not easy. It's all about observing the price reaction at each level where you want to short the acceptance back below the level, right? Not as we are shooting up, adding to your position, and then, you know, by the time you've finished adding to your position, there's nothing left and you liquidate your account or you burn a hole. And that's not the way we trade from a risk management perspective. You want to short the acceptance back below the level, clear invalidation point, know where to put your stop loss. And then together with that, you can go and look at CVD for bearish or bullish momentum to the upside or to the downside. Right. So for now, these are the three scenarios that I'm watching. Let's just clean this up a bit. And, you know, just as a final reminder, and I will just switch them all on and clean up the chart a little bit, is to say that scenario number green is where we reject where we are right now in this red box for a sweep of this liquidity below these lows for then continuation up, a possible harmonic. Let me just see a possible harmonic that will be forming here for then a deeper correction. Option 2 is that we still find a little bit momentum here to the upside where we can either reject here by the point of control, the value area low, or even the value area high, and then find momentum to the downside. Or the bullish scenario is we come and claim all the liquidity above these highs where we could potentially hit that $50,000 mark that everyone is eyeing. Please go and check out the best investment strategy for your portfolio. Until the next update, please smash up the like, hit subscribe for future notifications. Cheers for now.